When a relationship is no longer thriving, when it's just existing, it's usually just existing because one person really wants it to work. And that one person can feel like they're pulling the relationship, like they're dragging it through mud. They're trying to salvage it. They may have been with this person a long time and feel like their investment has been too much to just let go of it. But yet their partner is kind of reached a comfort level. They're not moving either way. They're not moving toward building a life together, a future, nor are they moving to get out. They're just kind of sitting there. And when you reach this, the relationship becomes something that only one person is making it happen. And that one person can even question if they're forcing it. Many times their friends will see what's going on and even ask them, you know, I think you want this relationship more than your partner does. Whenever you want something to work more than you want your partner to, you begin doing their work too. And you're exhausted and you're frustrated and you get more critical of them. I'm going to tell you 5 ways you can know ahead of time if your relationship is in this place, because sometimes it hits this place before a year. Usually it's after a year. You've been dating a year and there's still nothing. Or you've been engaged for more than 2 years and there's no talk of marriage. Like you guys are in this permanent engagement. You might think, well, we're closer to marriage. We're almost married, but it's not the same. And the longer you stay engaged without taking steps toward being a good partner, toward building a life together, toward marriage, the worse it is for the relationship. So let's talk about the signs. The first one is neither of you feels happiness or really great about the relationship. You don't feel excited to come home together. You're not happy about what you're creating. You're existing in it. It's good. It's good because you're not alone. And maybe if you've been one of those people, you don't like to be alone and you've invested a lot of time just because you want it to be together. It can kind of feel like a false safety or security, which I guess you could look at as contentment or happy, but it's not really happy. It's not thriving, and you can tell that. Number 2, others can see the two of you aren't good together. They may even say, you know, you guys are like brother and sister, or you guys are so comfortable being together. But comfortable being together isn't the same as hearing from your friends, you guys are a great couple. I love the way you respect each other. I love the way you work together. That's what friends say when a relationship is thriving and it's working. The third thing is you don't want the same thing. You don't want kids. You don't both want kids for the future. If one of you wants kids and the other one doesn't when you're dating, then you have to make a hard decision. You either need to tell that person up front that, well, then we need to adopt, or you're going to need to like change your mind or go to classes, which is not going to go over well because it's never good to force someone to have kids, or you're going to have to leave. Because if you get married knowing you want kids and your partner doesn't, you're setting your kids up for a terrible life. Like only one parent wanted them. And nobody would want to be born into a family like that. Sometimes couples like this end up blaming the child for the divorce, and that's not fair. It's not the kid's fault that the two of you made a bad decision from the get-go about whether there were going to be children and whether they were both going to be wanted. Fourthly, the more you force a relationship when there isn't one, the more you risk the friendship. I'm betting that if you have a relationship that is stalemated, it's more than likely the two of you are friends. And the more you try to force or manipulate, taking it further, I want a ring, I want a wedding. And even if they drag their feet and they go through with it, you're going to lose a valid part of the friendship during that process. So better just to take a break. Just say, you know what? We are great friends, but we are not meant to be a couple that's going to be married. And if that's what you want, it's important to own that and to say that. I want a partner who wants to be with me. I want to get married to a spouse who is going to love me and love our marriage and work to commit and honor it. When you say those things, you're voicing, you're advocating for your values, and that's a good thing. It takes strength to do that. You want to do that. It's important. And lastly, a healthy relationship is a partnership. Both partners need and want to commit to it. When you find a partner who wants to marry you, you know it. They tell you. They usually tell you on the 3rd or 4th date. It's so early in the relationship, and then you kind of go, well, we can't do that now. And it kind of goes away, but they're working toward it. They're investing. They've made you a priority. If you're with someone who isn't making you a priority, that's going to be a forced relationship. Don't do it. Just get out of it. When you're dating, that's the whole idea of dating. You get to see who's there. You get to see who respects you, who values you. And if it's not there, rather than force it, let it go. If this video is helpful for you, please subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much.